abortion in China is very wrong.
I'm strongly against this.
So, I think abortion is a terrible thing.
It's not right to take away someone's life. Yeah.
Abortion is murder.
I think abortion is wrong. I think it's murder, and I think that it should not be legal.
Hi everyone, this is Young. Abortion is basically immoral.
And as Christians, we usually discourage it, and we don't want that to be the choice that we choose. But I think sometimes it is just necessary for some situations to have an abortion.
Since it's disobeying the Bible, it's just saying that do not kill a living people. According to the Bible, young babies are also a living creature, and since the woman let the baby born inside her stomach, it is her responsibility to protect her child, even if it was a child that born accidentally. Therefore, aborting a baby is same as killing a human, like, people, a living being. In case of prostitution, according to the Bible, it is said that even though our humans feel unfair and upset of one another, all the judgments belong to God, which punishment is all on His hands, on God's hands. So even if the girl was unfortunately prostituted, she needs to pray and ask God what she should do. It may sound a bit savage and it might sound a little unfair, but that's the truth. That's the reality. I can't say anything more about it.
I think that it'd be okay if it's threatening the mother's health, but I think that needs to be defined very clearly by the state, because there's many loopholes that someone could go through and say that, well, anything could be the mother's health. So we need to find that very clear.
I think there's certain cases where abortion would be okay, but rare cases. So that would be the most obvious example would be rape, or if they're gonna have severe defects that are extremely severe.
Chinese one-child policy used to be regarded as a big issue. I think it's necessary, since China is the country that has way overflowing populations compared to the other countries. And it's the land that produces massive amount of pollution due to the trashes that comes out from billions and billions of people. Okay. Furthermore, if the people are afraid of being lack of their finance or money, they should not have the relationship, since from the point that they have their baby inside the body, all of the responsibilities must be carried by the adults. I agree that having more than one child by paying or donating money to Chinese government is a great idea, since the government can use the donated money to the people who doesn't have enough amount of money to raise even one child. The policy has been recently changed to two-child policy. However, I think it will still be hard to balance the population with only two-child policy without any suggestions. I believe that the previous idea that I suggested, keeping the one-child policy but adding the needs of donated money, will be very helpful. Thank you.
And what do I think about the China's one-child policy? Well, it's now a two-child policy, and I think that, I don't personally like when government tells you what to do. I think that there should be less restrictions and more liberty, and I don't think that the one-child policy has people's best interest in mind. I think that it's mainly focused on trying to create a more well-controlled population by the government. So I think that it should be repealed. I think it shouldn't be any restrictions on the government for how many children you can have. I think that it just causes many problems that people shouldn't have to face, like having to abort their child because they already have one or two children in this case. and I don't know if this is real facts or just something that I heard, but there's many more males in China than there are females because of different, cultural things that make men more valuable in their culture. So they'll more readily abort a female baby than a male baby. And I think that needs to be changed, and I think Young can do a great job to help that by making this video.
And I have actually heard of the one-child policy. And recently I've heard that they've actually taken away the one-child policy.
And I do feel that the government controls a lot of what's dictated regarding women's rights, and the right to abort a child or to mandate it is really a serious issue for China and across the world, actually.
I think that they need to restore the sanctity of life and that mindset in their country.